Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawaski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat podcast. We are live today. Jay is right next to me.
Hi.
So I feel bigger because, you know, Jay's not as big as he used to be.
Right off the bat, 37 seconds in for you to take a shot at me.
Hey, 37 never mind. We're going to leave that one alone.
Yeah, thank you.
We are at Uncle Bud's in Oak Lawn, 9700 Cicero Avenue. I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
Right here, and we're here. We're here.
Talk like you've been on the south side before. 97 Cicero.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where that is.
Yes.
It's over by there where the Sports Mart used to be.
Uh-huh.
About a mile from the Jewels.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where we're at. We're on the south side.
The music store you went to about a half hour ago.
I did. It's the funniest thing. So as everyone knows who listens to the show on a regular basis, I have extreme anxiety when it comes to everything. Yeah, everything. So I started packing for the podcast on Wednesday. Made a checklist, had everything ready to go. Everything's laid out in my office. All I had to do today was bring it up upstairs out to the car. Easy. Mm-hmm. We get here. Everything's unpacked. I'm feeling good. I look at the speaker. I look at the mixer. I look at the speaker. I look at the mixer. I go, Rick, I forgot a piece. So I go to Rossi Music, 95th and I don't know what that would be, maybe 49th Avenue. Right there. It's seriously... When I put in the GPS that I was going to Rossi Music,
it said walk fat.
It did. It thought I was walking. That's how close it was. So I go in there and I say, hey, I'm in a jam. I need a guitar cable. They go, didn't you take guitar lessons here? Like, yeah, when I was in high school. They're like, yeah, we remember you. Here, just take it. So Rossi Music, great. 30 years later, at least 30 years later, bails me out and I get the cable we need so y'all can hear the show, which is helpful part of a live broadcast.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a little distracted. I've got in front of me here the Uncle Bud's wings. Yeah. You've got the mini chicken tacos.
Well, you know what we should say first for those that are actually listening and that are jerks and that aren't actually here. Yeah, follow us on all of our social media at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Check out the Patreon if you would like. We'd appreciate that. I'mFatMerch.com. If you're going to end up watching video here, I've got the Fry shirt on. Jay doesn't have podcast merch on.
No,
but he does have it in a tub.
I came here from Awake.
Yeah.
So that's another story. So let's get through the propers and we'll get to that too.
I'mFatMerch.com for TeePublic. Even if you're not looking for our stuff, use that link because we get a kickback and kickbacks are great.
Yes.
Just ask any politician. Anyway, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe to the podcast feed, rate and review. We haven't had a rating in a while, or a review really.
Now we can look y'all in the face and get mad at you for not doing it.
Yeah, even though everybody here probably has already done it.
Yeah, it's probably true.
But, you know,
several times.
And also youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Like each video and subscribe. So anyway, Jay, those boneless wings, though.
Yeah, they're delightful. This is my second time at Uncle Bud's, which is shameful because it's owned by my cousin John, and I should be here more often. But this is batting 1,000 with the food. It's incredible. Yes. The boneless wings are amazing. I've had the mini chicken tacos before,
which I was wolfing down before the show, and they are awesome.
Yeah, they're delicious. Yeah. The tortilla soup is great. Friday night, the fish fry is incredible. Some of the best perch I've ever had. Like, period. Mm-hmm. Not qualifying that like for a bar and grill. No. It's some of the best I've ever had in my life. Yeah. So come out here and check it out. It's great. We're going to bring John on later if he gets the nerve up to talk to us. He's still recovering from last night at Uncle Bud's, I think. So we're going to give him some time to bounce back before we bring John on.
So don't yell at him.
No loud noises. We'll turn the lights down a little bit and those sort of things. But I brought you some stuff today.
Yes, you did.
I was out. I had a lot of stops at Walgreens and the Jewels and Mariano's yesterday. And it's been all over the I'm Fat Podcast fans page. It's been all over, I don't know, the news. I don't think it's the news. But
the food news.
The food news, right, our news. The new Starry, which is Pepsi's replacement for Sierra Mist, because Sierra Mist is bad and boring and no one likes it.
I don't think it's bad. It is boring, but it's not bad.
Yeah, so Starry is the new one, and I guess they're trying to appeal to a younger generation with the name and the label. Just make good pop.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I asked for. So I bought a bottle myself, and then I bought a 12-pack without ever trying it. I'm glad I did. I really enjoy it. I tried the zero sugar, and you're holding in your giant hand there the regular,
Standard.
the sugar-full Starry. You want to get the ASMR?
Yeah.
Good. Ooh, that was a high-quality one right there. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. It's much more lemon and limey than Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist is like lemon lime.
Yeah.
This one's more like lemon lime.
Okay,
It's
and
more
then
front.
Sprite is like lemon lime.
It is angry.
Okay.
It is an angry Sprite, yes.
Yeah, okay.
This is a less angry Sprite.
All right, I'm going to give this.
All right,
Let's give this
give
a
it a shot.
swig.
Don't dribble on yourself. There you go. Look at that. That's good. Give me a
Okay.
review. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's like in the middle of the two.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like you can tell there's more Sprite-like elements to it, but it's not as over the top as Sprite.
Yeah, people were excited about this, and because of that, I was really looking for it a lot. So if you're looking for it, Mariano, I got it at the Mariano's in Orland Park.
Yeah.
I know you said you saw it earlier this week, too.
Yep, at Mariano's.
All right, so there's your place to look for sure. The Starry, it passes the test.
Oh, look, second sip, just to make sure.
It's in the rotation of pops.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's good. I've been looking for, because I have found that the zero sugar Sprite and 7-Up they really fill you up.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's just I just don't feel
I
good
like
after
sugar,
I drink that.
so-
yeah, so the Starry is much better. And I got you another thing to try, Rick.
Now, have you tried these yet?
I have.
Okay.
I ate my bag when I pulled out of the driveway.
Well, you should have some of these too. These are Skittles Gummies.
Yeah, Skittles Gummies from the fine folks at Skittles.
Yes.
Yeah.
More ASMR.
This was a Walgreens
Maybe.
find.
No,
There's
no.
a little tear corner on there.
I don't care.
You're just going to brute force it, huh?
Yep. Oh, well, no, my fingers
see,
are too
this is-
greasy.
This is why we video it, so people can watch Rick struggle with the bag.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Story of my life. All right.
Now, for those that don't know, Rick loves Skittles.
Oh, I do.
They are his favorite candy.
Yes, they are.
And I'm very excited to have you try these because I'll save my thoughts on it, but I want you to try it
It's
first.
like size-wise, it's what is that? Like a nickel?
Yeah, I would say about a nickel.
Probably
Sure.
about a nickel.
Plump, thick. Mm-hmm. 2 C's.
Yes.
2 C's thick.
Yeah, 2 C's. Okay.
You tried a lemon one first, which surprised me.
It was there.
Okay.
So. Okay, I'm here for this.
Yeah, they taste like Skittles.
Yeah, and not like over the top Skittles either. It's kind of like it's subtle, but it does still have the is the green lime or is this green apple?
You're going to be disappointed. It's the apple. I know.
That's not great. You know what I'm going to do? Eat it anyway. So,
He's taking one for the team.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Shockingly, still good.
So I
Yeah.
brought you gifts.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I'm 2 for 2, and I'm glad you're happy. I also brought you some clothes that my sister-in-law brought me
Yeah.
last Christmas that I lost.
Hold on. And why are you giving them to me, Jay?
They were too big for me. Whatever.
You know what? Ain't that some...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that I'm smaller than you,
Yeah, well,
but I'm
everybody here has eyes, so we're
yes,
good there.
but I'm still fat. I will take my shirt off in front of all these people.
Do it. Do it.
Wow, a lot of people just left. That was weird.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, we won't be doing that. All right, but here's the reason why I'm for me dressed up.
Yeah.
I went to a wake this morning. Hope's aunt passed away very suddenly, so sad. I wasn't super close with her, but a wonderful woman. So I wanted to make sure I was able to stop by the wake. Hope's going to go by later. So another thing I forgot was my change of clothes.
Now, did you have it laid out?
Yes, I had it
Oh, nice.
laid out. It was on the, you've been in my house, the shoe
Yes.
cabinet right by our front door is right there. Knew I had it, and it was the last thing to come out, and it never made it.
Yep.
So I had to stop by the Kohl's on the way here to get a new pair of jeans. And I decided to keep the shirt on that I had instead of going and buy a new shirt.
It's a good-looking shirt.
I think it's fine, right?
I would think so, yeah.
But changing pants in the car as a fat guy,
Oh, yeah, no, that's a no-go.
I hurt myself.
I
You see
would-
my hand? I busted that scab open. There's blood everywhere. It was
Did you clean it up?
Well, I
Or
had
is
to
it,
take
like,
my belt
still-
off in the car.
Is the blood still, like, splattered in your car, or did you clean it up?
It's all over the Kohl's parking lot.
Oh.
But then the other thing is, too, is you're the weirdo that has to go find a place
Yeah.
to change in public.
Oh, yeah.
And I never know. Can you walk into a store with a public bathroom? Because Target always has the bathroom right by the door.
Yep.
And trust me, I use it often.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, because like I have to go now. Target is always close to the door. That's where will be my emergency stop. And but I think bringing clothes into there to change into is weird. They're gonna think you stole it.
Bringing clothes in is a little odd now.
Or buying them and then putting them on because everyone's gonna think you crap your pants. Like
True.
if you saw somebody walk into a store, buy pants, go to the bathroom, and come out in the new pants.
Well, to be
everyone
fair,
thinks you crap your pants.
Did you buy? Would you have bought underwear too? If not, then that's a flawed premise. If you're just buying the
Well,
pants.
I know, but I think that the patron. First of all, no one cares at Target, but this is the fat anxiety that we all have.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if they would look that deeply at what you're carrying in there, but if you're bringing in a shopping bag, you'd come out in different clothes. Everyone's like, that guy crapped his pants. There's no doubt that that's what happened.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I
So,
just
so
changed
the
in
one
car.
person, the guy who's like who's like the cart guy, that might actually remember you from the way in.
I know, but it's the perception. Maybe you should just lean into that.
Oh,
You know, just put on a show like you actually crapped your pants and just make everyone think you did. That's more fun.
Well, right. Yeah, if you're just there to amuse yourself,
Right.
then that's the way to do it. Now, I will say, though, Target is a go-to for the I'm going somewhere, and I'd rather go to the bathroom before I get there.
Oh, no doubt.
Yes.
That's a top-notch public bathroom.
Yes. As of late, which may be, for lack of a better term, exposing myself to some people in the audience here, the Target in St. Charles is a very good one. That might have also been because I'm comfortable because it's the one I worked at for like 3 years.
Oh, hey, Rick. Hi, everybody. I'm here to change.
Yeah, thankfully it's been so long ago that like nobody there like recognizes me, so
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, here's some jerk walking in probably just to go to the bathroom.
Do you have the, when you you go to a place where you used to either work or visit often, you expect people to see you and recognize you? Like when I go back to Lewis University, I expect to walk into the cafeteria and people be like, Jay, you're back.
Right, like it's Cheers.
No, it was 20 years ago, Jay.
Yeah.
No one cares about you. You're old and bad.
Yeah, I've had that. I think there was like 1 or 2 times I went into IMS. Now, mind you, it's only been like 2 years since I've been there. And then just people are like, who's this asshole?
Sir?
It's like, well.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's awkward. But I did end up changing in the car. And just a disaster.
Oh, see,
It's just so bad.
No, I'll punt to the point where I will strategically park the car in a way to where if I'm behind it, I'm okay. And
That's
then
smart.
I'll just, because I already know it's a losing proposition if I try and change pants in the car. So I'll just be like, you know what? Hopefully there's some like shrubs I can go up against and then just wedge my way in between. So hopefully for everybody else's eyes, nobody has to see that.
Yeah, I found an abandoned Hallmark parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I was. But then, see, then there's a thing, too, of why is there a random car there that is slowly adding condensation as this fat guy changes in his car and starts sweating more and the body heat starts activating.
There's one of 2 things happening.
And when they look at me, they know, okay, he's changing.
Yes.
Maybe he crapped his pants. Yeah, anyway, it's just,
Or did the other thing and then
I did everything today to avoid anxiety.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be here. I wanted everything to go smoothly, and it did. We were ready to go in plenty of time.
Well, and like to go behind the scenes a little bit, when we got here and we started setting up, and by that I pretty much mean you started setting up, because like I know how you are in the fact of you start doing something task oriented, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? Periodically, I'm going to ask if you want help with something, but I know that you are like, okay, this, then this, then this, then this, so I'm going to more or less try and get out of your way.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about it for 3 weeks.
Yes.
About here are the things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
And I still didn't do enough to prevent it, and I forgot the damn cord.
But because you were such a good guitar student and not a jerk when you were in high school, you got it for free.
Well, I was a guitar student. The rest I cannot say is true. That's, yeah, but it's just funny how no matter what I do, Rick, no matter how much I try to prevent myself from myself, I'm always myself.
It's almost like people are flawed.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. You're
Yeah.
the one who gets compliments on the show, not me. Don't bring your compliments to me.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I didn't discover this phenomenon, but I had a battle with it on the way here today in terms of clothes. I was wearing my because I'm classy. I was wearing my Carhartt zip up.
Oh,
and
pinkies up.
Yeah, right. And so I'm sitting there in the car, and it's got the bump. You know, like and I think this happens with everybody with certain like coats or hoodies or whatever.
Yeah, the midsection bump.
Yeah, especially when there's the zipper.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, this was bad. Like, if there's a way to be like, you know what, this coat was throbbing, like that's kind of what it was. Like, it was a zip erection. That's really what it was.
Wow.
And there's no good way to get rid of that.
No.
Like, there's really no way to get rid of that outside of taking the thing off, because there's no working through it and then just being done with it.
If you fix the middle one, so this is a fat guy dilemma too.
Yeah.
You fix the middle bump,
but then
you pull out the bottom, but then the bottom of your sweatshirt,
hey buddy,
starts to fold up.
Yeah. Or flare out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, flare out.
Yeah, because depending on the type of what you're dealing with, like how tight the bottom is, like how much like elastic type thing you're dealing with, it's either a flare out or it like almost folds over itself, which it's like great. It's like a second stomach. Cool.
Right. That's what
I need right now.
Give me more of my worst thing. Yeah. No, the fold out thing too, because as somebody with a gut,
yeah,
right, your shirt is naturally going to make you look like a bell.
Yes.
Right? It's just the shape of your body. It's not the shirt's fault. It's our fault, but whatever, as I shove more wings into my face. Yeah. But then you had the ski jump element to the bottom of the shirt, and it's even worse. And then it's shorter. And then if, God forbid, you have to reach for something up high in public,
right,
then everybody sees your stomach.
Mm-hmm. Well,
the struggle is real, people.
That's why today, wearing my the Fry T-shirt.
Yes.
From which you can get your own at I'mFatMerch.com.
And we got some here too.
And we have some either I'mFatMerch.com or the tub. That Jay runs.
Yes, the tub.
But my arms will not be going over my shoulders today.
Good move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of that type of thing. But so here's another thing too. I'm someone where I don't like to wear hoodies very much. I much more wear like a zip up.
Okay.
Because of the whole pulling it over your head and everything that'll show aspect.
Yeah.
And of course, am I projecting? Thinking people will care? 1,000,000%.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm still not going to do it.
No, you shouldn't.
It's zip-ups. Zip-ups for me. So like that's kind of like I have a lot of hoodies at home because I think it was, for a while, it was the default. I don't know what to get you for a gift. Let me get you a hoodie with some sort of sports logo on it. And that was just kind of like a stretch with my family.
Yeah.
Those are all in like a drawer somewhere.
I have way too many hoodies.
Yeah.
And we started cleaning out our closet. The one thing about my house that I hate is that we have no storage for anything. So my clothes rack is probably not even as long as this table is across.
Okay.
And I had all my hoodies in there. Hope's like, I took all your hoodies out, now you got plenty of space. And now they're just kind of sitting in another tub, waiting for a more permanent solution. But that's all I wear.
Yeah.
In the fall and winter, it's hoodie 24/7. So I'm different than you, though. I avoid the zip because of the bump.
See, I would rather deal with the zip erection than deal with everything that comes with a hoodie. And yes, I'm just gonna start calling it that.
All right, that's TM.
Yeah. You were talking about just making sure you have a solution for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm sure has helped you in terms of solutions for a lot of things lately? Your new Mazda CX-30.
It really has. And thanks, Rick. Thanks for mentioning that, because I forgot.
That's why I'm a professional.
Lots of
clearly.
room. Lots of room for.
And I just killed Tammy.
Lots of room for speaker. Hey, Tammy's
I'm
here.
a professional.
For the tub.
The tub
and
yes.
the PA and everything in the trunk of the CX-30. Plenty of space.
Gas
got me here
mileage
nice and easy. Yeah, nice gas mileage on it. The GPS plugged right in. I found Rossi Music 25 feet from here. Was able to get my cords.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Mazda customer for life. I've got two of them currently, a CX-5, that's a 2015, and a 2022 CX-30. And boy, I don't think I'm ever going back for Mazda because they are the two most reliable cars I've ever owned in my life. So go visit our friends at Mazda of Orland Park. That is
8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got it, Rick. Thank you. Go see Eric Vates. That's our guy. He will get you squared away. Mazda of OrlandPark.com. And I mentioned this last show, and I said how full the lot was.
Yeah.
And I drove by again this week,
Less full?
No, more.
More?
Yeah, so whatever the delays were from earlier this year, and we know they were all COVID related, of course, but those seem to be totally over. Like, you could walk to Mazda of Orland Park now, pull in, and get the car of your choice, most likely, unless you want all sort of, bells and whistles, like specific.
Sure.
But it's ready to go. That lot is as full as I've seen it in 2 years. So it's the CX-50 is there, the 30, the 5, the Mazda 3 is there, and coming, I think in 2024, they're going to launch an electric, which is huge.
Wow.
So good for them, and it's a great company. And it's not just how wonderful the car is, it's the customer experience at Mazda of Orland Park as well. So go see Eric right there on 159th Street and get yourself a Mazda of your own.
So something great happened this week.
Okay.
And it was, the internet can be mostly a bad place. However, this week it served a purpose.
Okay.
What is one of my favorite GIFs that I use?
Oh, the Popeye's awkward kid.
Yes. Popeye's awkward kid got himself an NIL deal because
He got paid.
Because we are old and he's in college.
Yeah, that's striking.
It's a rough go. It's a rough go thinking about how long ago that's been. But he got money.
Good for him.
He is an offensive lineman at Lake Erie College, Division II.
I want to know the terms of this deal.
Does he have to maintain a certain weight?
Oh no, I just want to know: are they giving him a bunch of money, or are they giving him
money and Popeyes,
or you get chicken for life, or whatever?
Oh,
because I think honestly, he should get chicken for life regardless of college football.
Right.
Just for being the kid in that meme. It's like the corn kid. He should have free corn for the rest of his life.
From who, though? Is it like
the corn people?
The city of DeKalb?
Yes.
Or the state of Iowa gives you X amount of corn every year.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think he's certainly earned it. He has drawn more attention to corn than they've had in decades.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. I thought I had him in here. I guess I don't. Oh, well.
By the way, getting to see, I know we've talked about this a little bit on the podcast, getting to see the Roadcaster in person.
Oh, yeah.
I'm jealous.
It is really wonderful.
For one thing, you geek out at it. You love it. Possibly more than your family? As much as your family?
My family's here, so it's a close second.
I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
He's on there.
Yeah, it's just a pineapple cone.
It is truly the greatest thing I've ever bought. Is I can just sit around and just hit buttons.
Sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sweaty kid. They're all on there.
Yeah,
the whole gang's all here.
It's like a really updated version of the 360 machines. I cannot speak today. What is my deal?
Well, I see Tanny is eyeing the Roadcaster here, and we will tackle him if he comes near.
Yeah. But those 360 machines you could kill somebody with. And I actually cracked one of my phones on it because there was this because it's like this metal machine that has 50 buttons on it, and each button is a little bit bigger than one of these Skittles Gummies, and a little bit bigger than that. I've been sitting here like I'm going to eat this, and I'm really just messing with the damn thing.
You should eat it.
Yeah, I will after I describe the Roadcaster, or not the Roadcaster. That's the Roadcaster, the 360. Jesus. And I had my phone sitting under it. I get a notification. I look at my phone, grab it, lift it, and I hit the nice corner of the 360. It gives a nice crack to the screen.
That'll do it.
Not great.
Yeah, this has nice rounded corners to protect your phone from your own stupidity.
Well, that's what we all need.
The Colonel!
Sometimes late at night, Rick, I just go downstairs and just...
The Colonel!
Yeah, you should.
It's just my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's so great. But yeah.
Well, we got to give equal time. We talked about Popeyes. Now we got to mention KFC.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. No, but I'm so happy that first of all, NILs in general are great for college athletes who have been making millions upon billions of dollars for these universities. And what percentage of them go pro and make a living? A very small percentage. So great that they're able to take advantage of this. And this kid deserves it, football or not.
Yeah.
He has been, when I think of Popeyes, after I think of the chicken and the biscuits and the mashed potatoes and the sparkle.
The barbecue sauce.
And the barbecue sauce and then everything else on the menu. I think of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's easily the 12th most thing I think about when I think about Popeyes. So he definitely deserves the endorsement. And speaking of fast food restaurants, I stumbled upon this actually last night.
Okay.
This girl on TikTok, her name is Ashton, and she's got a lot of facial piercings and tattoos. It's very much my thing. She went on TikTok and spilled.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Her specifically?
No, but just generally. She's a little too much. But
yeah.
The point is, she went on TikTok and she's making these videos telling people about little known facts about McDonald's.
Okay.
So, for instance, there is not a secret menu, but everything can be customized. So, there's not an actual, here is the secret menu, Rick. But whatever you want, you can pretty much get at McDonald's.
Okay, it's semantics.
Yes, they can make it. Number 2, sometimes the ice cream machine really is broken, but other times employees say it's broken or not working when it's being cleaned, which happens on the clock. When the ice cream isn't cold yet or when they're backed up with cars, they're just not going to serve ice cream until the rush is over.
Interesting.
So they deprioritize ice cream when they're slammed.
So if you want ice cream, don't go during a busy time.
Correct. But I think that's if you are managing a overly crowded restaurant, I think that's a fair thing for the staff to kind of draw the line on.
True.
It's like, we're not going to clean the ice cream machine or remake it. We got too much going on right now. It's not a priority.
Right.
So I like that. She said, here's a great hack for fries. Get fries with no salt, and then ask for fries at the window. That guarantees you get fresh fries.
Oh.
Okay. The oil gets changed once per week. Has anyone worked in a restaurant? Is that right? Like once per week? I don't know. It sounds right. But its oil is filtered every day and changed.
Yeah. The blank stares from everybody makes me think you're right.
Yeah, okay. It's a week sounds... You don't have to change the oil every day. That would be wasteful.
I feel like that's something John Taffer would yell at him about, if it's not changed every day. Then he would take something and throw it in the oil so that they would have to change it that night.
Yeah, there you go. Like a dead raccoon or something. Yeah.
Not that I watch Bar Rescue, in the mornings when it's on Paramount until noon or 1 o'clock or anything like that.
Yeah. The other one, to save money on ice cream treats, order a cone and then get a cup. The cone is less expensive than a sundae. If you want a sundae, get a cone and ask for it in a cup. It's less money and you get the same amount of ice cream plus a free cone. The freshest thing to order is a quarter pounder. It is never frozen. So the quarter pounder burger is always is the freshest thing on the menu. The best time to go is late. After 10 or 11 o'clock, everything is cooked to order.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And that seems to check out based on my experience.
Okay.
When I go at night, things seem a lot fresher. Upon request, workers will make you cookies fresh. So if you want cookies and want them to taste really good, ask them to make them fresh. It'll take 2 minutes, and they're delicious when they're fresh.
Okay.
I'm going to pause Ashton here.
Yeah.
If I went to the McDonald's on Ogden and Lake and said, I would like fresh baked cookies,
you're going to get told things.
I don't think they're going to oblige my order. It's just a gut feeling. Based on my experience at the Ogden Lake McDonald's, which I frequent a lot, frequently, no.
Checks out.
They would probably just tell me to leave. And the other thing, when you order a McFlurry, tell them to mix it well. Don't ask for M&Ms or Oreos. It's a waste of money. The reason they're at the bottom, extra M&Ms or Oreos, the reason they're at the bottom is because some workers don't mix it well. Ask them to mix it well.
Okay.
And the things will be on top. The water bottle is a waste of money. Ask for a large cup of water. It's free.
Do people actually get a water bottle?
Well, and plus it's Dasani.
Yeah.
It's like water.
Yeah.
No, that's not good. But anyway, she does a ton of these on TikTok.
Oh, did you see Mike Budenholzer this week? He is the,
Sure didn't.
Well, shocker. Yeah. Things you realize were dumb questions the second you say them. Hey, Jay, this basketball thing, how about that whole deal?
Yeah, that's a ball and a hoop, and that goes in there.
He, gestured to someone when he was doing a post-game press conference, hey, I need some water. He gets handed some Dasani, opens it, takes a sip, and turns around and gives it back to the person like they spin in it or something because it's Dasani, and it's disgusting.
I don't know how water can be bad.
Dude, remember when Dasani first came out, people were like, oh, it's Dasani.
It's gross. The water has a different thickness to it.
Yeah, I'm told not to drink the water in my building because of the old pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, good sign for me. Also, I would rather drink that water than drink Dasani.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Had another good burger experience this week. For the first time, I tried an all Cheval burger.
Oh,
I had never had one before, and all I've heard about is this is the greatest burger and yada yada. Mm-hmm. How good can a burger be?
Sure.
Because like I like Kuma's. It's really good. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like every burger place now is just trying to massacre you with like, we're gonna put pulled pork and onion rings and cheese and bacon and cheese curds, and it's like,
well, yeah, the more commas on the ingredients, the more they can charge.
well, yes, but like at some point, I just want to taste the burger.
Well, also true.
And you don't. The meat patty just is kind of there arbitrarily.
Yeah, it's just a vehicle for the other crap.
So you can call it a burger.
Yeah.
Exactly. So went in the small Cheval because it was the only thing open, and there's like nobody in there because this location on Lake just opened. I think it's Lake and Ada in the city. It just opened, and I literally drove by thinking it was closed, and then as I like drove by into kind of like the extended peak, I saw people in there. I'm like, great. So I U-turn, park. I could go
like
right
burn
in.
your tires.
I almost tipped over to CX-30.
Yeah.
But no, great chassis on that. And would that be the chassis, Brian? I don't know. Yeah, I think Brian's here too, and Sarah, and Marty's here too.
Yeah.
Everybody's here to get the bell.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go in there. I'm the first person in line. Comes out in 10 minutes, and here's what it is: meat and cheese and bacon. Thank you.
Yes.
And it was excellent. It was really good. It was like maybe $11 or $12 for the burger and fries.
Okay.
A reasonable price. It was delicious. So the hype for all Cheval is real. I went to small Cheval, but as far as I know, the burgers are the same.
Did you feel more adequate there?
I did. I felt better about myself there.
Good. So would I.
Like, am I only allowed to eat here? Can I not go to the big Cheval or the average size Cheval? We know your secret, sir. We've heard the podcast before. You can only go to small Cheval. But no, it was really good. Highly recommended. And that brings me here. We're at Uncle Bud's in Oak Lawn.
Yes.
And first time I came here, you know, talking to my cousin John and my uncle John, who's over there too. They said, "Hey, the burgers here are from Whittingham's."
Yes.
Okay, so Sox fans
So
know
that's
Whittingham.
happening.
Whittingham Meats. They've got their logo right over the Bullpen Sports Bar. Whittingham's has been, I think it's Alsip technically. As long as I've been alive, Whittingham's has been there, and I've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah.
You literally walk into Whittingham's and like the store is like a cooler. It's nice and cold in there, so they can keep out like sausages and hot dogs and stuff.
Sure.
And then they've got the frozen stuff in the freezer. But you literally shop in a cooler.
Okay.
But we have had, as a family, their burgers forever. My Uncle Fran was over there. We used to do a Super Bowl party every year, and he would grill up. No matter how cold it was, Uncle Fran would go out there in the cold and grill up the Whittingham's burgers. And they are, to me, the best because they've got whatever they do. I don't know what it is, but there is a familiar taste to a Whittingham's burger, and that's what they have here at Uncle Bud's. So when we're done, you're having a burger.
Yes.
I'm having a burger.
Okay.
I'm going to finish these wings.
Good.
But you've got to come here and try the Whittingham meat because as good as all Cheval was, to me, the Whittingham's burger is still the best burger you can get. They're not these big, fat, giant patties that are impossible to grill evenly. They're nice quarter-pound patties. They're absolutely perfect. And I'm sure you probably haven't had a Whittingham's burger before.
Yeah, well, I need to because the only context that I have for Whittingham's right now is when Vince Velasquez is letting lefties hit homers that go over the sign into the stands.
See, I don't think the people at Whittingham's thought about the PTSD Sox fans would get from seeing opponent home runs launched over that sign over and over again.
Yep.
But yeah, they're so good. We need to change your association with Whittingham burgers. So we'll have some Bud's burgers here after the show. But yeah, they're just absolutely tremendous. They're so good. And the other thing about all Cheval, by the way, getting back to that real quick, was they've got what they call golden fries.
Okay.
Which are sort of like shoestring, but maybe a little bit thicker.
Okay. So like more like a steak and shake fry if I'm trying to find something.
I would say a little thicker than that.
Okay.
But that's probably the closest comp. But they're delicious. They are so damn good. You've got to try them. And look, I'm not giving any state secrets away.
Yeah.
All Cheval is not having any problem growing, but I was always, it's one of those things where I was sort of like, yeah, it can't be as good as everybody says.
Right. You almost like,
you like resist it. Yeah.
Yeah. You almost want it to be not that great.
Yes. But it was It was fantastic. So highly recommend Cheval, and of course the burgers here at Uncle Bud's.
Yeah.
They're really, really good.
I had a good burger experience this week too. Sam and I went to, was that Monday? Yeah, it was whenever the national championship game was.
Hold on. Are we putting Sam on?
Oh no, she didn't want to. She pretty much said ahead of time she doesn't want to come close to the bike.
All right.
So
We'll get there.
you're right. Speaking of PTSD, let's incur some new stuff for someone.
Sam, your thoughts on the last week?
Yeah. So we went to Shoeless Joe's in Addison, 1480 West Lake Street.
Now, I love Shoeless Joe's because that's the guy who talked about his divorce on his advertising.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
My wife left me, so I opened a restaurant. Okay, how's the food, though, Joe?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that dumb broad, she really... Joe, stick to the ad copy, my friend.
It's a 30-second ad, buddy.
Anyway, sorry. That's all I remember about Shoeless Joe's, is the ad was a guy bitching about his ex-wife.
Yeah. Now they have like lawyers.
Great.
Lawyer
How are your
commercials for that.
tenders, though? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
That was a bad example.
I'm going to mute and eat.
Okay. So I had the Merck's Bacon Cheddar Burger. Dude. Merck's Sharp Cheddar, you're already starting ahead. Bacon, jalapeno, barbecue sauce.
That's a trifecta.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're not like reinventing the wheel here. Quality ingredients.
Yeah.
The burger matters.
It does.
And it was fantastic.
Were the jalapenos fresh? Were they pickled or were they fried?
They were fresh.
Okay.
Which generally I'm a little, not as here for.
It's almost a salad, Rick.
I know. Well, yeah, that's true.
It's green and it came from the earth.
Right. And as we've established, earthy and I do not mix very well. However, spicy and I do.
Yeah, okay.
Until hours later.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's the risk you run.
Yeah.
That's what Target bathrooms are for.
It's very much what Target bathrooms are for.
Yeah,
But I mean, that between that and the fries, like the fries were and we got the fried pickles, your favorite.
Yeah.
Just like the batter. And it was, I'm trying to think of like it was like a little bit of spice. Like, how some places try and go too spicy with fried pickles.
Yeah.
These were like a little bit, like probably just like a little bit of paprika in there or something. Give a little bit of heat, a good batter. Almost, if you think of like a primo version of like how Chili's fries their stuff.
Okay.
So very similar in terms of style, but a much better version of it.
Okay.
That's how they fry their stuff. And those fried pickles were awesome.
All right.
So fried pickles, Merck's Bacon Cheddar Burger. If you're around Addison, that's the place to go.
Was the Merck's like slapped on there? Like it was, you know what I mean? Like they'll take like the ladle and kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
That's good.
It was good eating.
I'm going to be in Wisconsin in less than a month.
Nice.
I'm sure I will find a Merck's burger or two.
Then you'll be fatter coming.
You just as soon as you cross state lines, you're like, what the hell?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
Right.
I'm inhaling cheese.
It's like the Santa Claus when he shows up to work in his sweats.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. I'm really looking for that. We're going to Door County with Brian and Sarah. Cannot wait for that trip. And we'll have a lot of good stories about fried cheese on the podcast to follow. It's going to be
Imagine there
phenomenal.
being bad stories about fried cheese.
No, there are none. There are no bad stories about fried cheese. That's for sure. We're going to do, if anyone has the nerve to do it, we're going to do a live Ask-A-Fat. Does anybody have a question for us that they want to get answered?
Can you mute me for a second? Is that a good question so I can have one of these tacos?
I will mute you for a second. Yes, that's for sure. And we're going to have, so if you want to come up, let us know, like raise your hand so we know. We also have some questions recorded ahead of time in case you guys weren't feeling it, which is understandable. It's intimidating here in front of these thousands and thousands of people that came out.
Yeah, if there's one thing we are, it's intimidating.
Yeah. But before that, you texted me yesterday.
Yes.
You said, did you get some mail?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
See,
we both got mail this week.
I knew that was coming and I didn't tell you. Our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg sent Rick and I a belated Christmas gift, 2 pounds of the Frato's brownies.
Yeah.
Which were, the comp I have is if Little Debbie's Cosmic Brownies were homemade
Yes.
and perfect, this is what they were.
Yeah.
2 pounds of them. How much remains for you?
Take out 2 brownies because by the time I got home and actually took the time to finally open the damn thing and see what it was kind of late-ish.
Okay.
So 2 brownies are gone.
All right.
The rest are still there.
That's good.
Also, because I realize now I probably have to like share things instead of just like gorging myself at my own will.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But
Maybe one of the downsides. You know.
if you want to get these brownies, though, and we've already told you how we believe that Frato's cookies are the best cookies on the planet.
Yes.
FratosBakery.com. But Frato's Pizza is where you get the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, as well as everything else that's amazing at Frato's.
See, there's so much stuff.
Yes. The mozzarella sticks that you could literally
giant.
kill somebody with if you wanted to.
Right.
A 5-piece mozzarella stick is a meal that I have struggled to finish before.
Well, I mean, you know.
Oh, shut up. Such a dick.
I mean, literally my name.
Yeah, that's true. You are a Richard. There's no doubt. You can't deny that. That's for sure. But Frato's is so good. And, we've actually in the Ask a Fat segment, we've got someone who sent us a voicemail right after leaving Frato's. So you'll get to hear that soon.
Nice.
But if you'd like to place an order at Frato's, FratosPizza.com, use that code I'm Fat, and you'll save 10% on your order. And that's an always active deal. So if you've used it once and you said, well, that was delicious, I'm going to go again tomorrow, the code will work again and again and again. So go try Frato's on Roselle Road in Schaumburg, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg, FratosPizza.com. That's where the promo code works. FratosBakery.com is its own thing. The code doesn't work there, but it's fantastic. And I promise you, if you're looking for a gift for an anniversary or a gift for, your secretary, your boss, or anything like that, the Frato's Bakery gifts are the perfect items to give.
How good would your boss have to be to order it and not have it yourself and be willing to give it to somebody else?
Ooh.
The Fratos, that is.
Yeah, it would be hard for anyone to share that. When they came, Sarah's like, "Oh, Hope said we're gonna have Brian and Sarah over Sunday. You got to save some for them." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. By the way, I have a code for FratosBakery.com.
Oh,
that's on the little like business card they gave us. Use code TASTY2022.
Okay.
So the word TASTY 2022 for 15% off. It's a one-time use, but
that's a hell of a deal.
Yes.
I must have eaten the card.
Possibly. In lieu of eating an extra brownie.
Yeah. Like, well, that was a little more cardboardy than the other ones, but it was still damn delicious.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think the time has come, my friend. Are we ready to do Ask a Fat?
Of course.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy Charlie the Bacon Guy, and here he is. He was supposed to be here,
Bailed on us.
but he bailed on us for family.
To be fair, he did send with me to give to you bacon.
All right.
And
All is forgiven.
And
Yes.
bacon jam.
Oh, okay. Charlie, I'm no longer mad at you. Here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, lemon pepper, and buffalo bacon. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, and the ever-popular cherry jalapeno. I think that one's going to stick around for a little bit. If
So good.
Jay and Rick haven't mentioned it already, they got a new sample flavor of bacon, which is chili lime. I would like to know what they think of it if they haven't had it already. And if it's good, it'll be a keeper. We'll run it on the next special batch. And if not, we'll scrap it, and then we'll move on to something like Korean barbecue or red wine. Who knows? Shout out to the team at Uncle Bud's this week for hosting those guys. Sorry I couldn't make it, but make sure Jay and Rick get you guys your Charlie the Bacon Guy sampler pack. Until next week, for the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Okay, hold on a second. When did he send you this?
It was yesterday, I believe.
Okay, because I was like, how long ago did he plan on bailing on us?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
Well, so he sends me the voice file.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even listen to it. I said, no, you're doing this live. You're doing this in person. That's when he explained he couldn't come.
And then he actually you?
Yeah, basically. So, funny enough, at the wake, two things people talked to me about at the wake.
Okay.
Lucas Reichel being sent down to Rockford.
Oh, yeah. How about, I know that was the thing I forgot to bring up when I saw you.
And Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Nice.
My Aunt Deb's like, hey, how do we get some of that bacon? I said, well, I will text you his email right now, and you can place an order with him and say you know me, and maybe he'll send you some free bacon jam or something. So it's very easy to do, Aunt Deb and everyone else. Right. Send him an email, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. He's on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy, and he's on Twitter at CZ the Bacon Guy. You can just slide into his DMs, and he will get the process started for you. Try those amazing flavors. And yes, we do have a sampler pack for the people here at Uncle Bud's to pass on. But it's amazing. The cherry jalapeno bacon jam, if you missed last week's episode, we had it for our family Christmas at Hope's in-laws. Or my in-laws. Hope's family, my in-laws.
There you go.
It was gone in 35 seconds.
Yeah.
I took the tub out, put it in a microwave. It's like the scene in High Fidelity where it's like, I will now sell 5 copies of this album, and puts a song on.
Yeah.
And there it goes. Are we being handed a question? All right.
Okay.
That's how it worked with. That's how
much disdain in your voice.
That's Kyle. No, I have no disdain for Kyle. He's my therapist friend. If anyone needs therapy, talk to Kyle. Kyle, get a table. Get a chair. We'll get a couch set up over here for the second part of the show. We put the bacon jam out, and it was gone. Just a spinning empty dish because people ate it so quickly. It's so damn good. But you can't go wrong. So get in touch with Charlie and get your bacon order started because it's really, really damn good. It's craft bacon.
Right.
I don't know how much more we have to sell this.
Yeah.
Right?
So you have... In the bag that I gave you, chili lime bacon and cherry jalapeno bacon jam.
I may not be sharing that.
Oh, that's in the freezer at my house. Yeah, that is.
All right.
Yep.
Fair enough. All right, we'll do a question from the audience first. This is from Anaya. She says, "Is a hot dog closer to a sandwich or to a taco?"
Taco.
I agree with that. I agree, but this whole we've gone through the hot dog as a sandwich or a taco thing or what is it? What is it? Sandwich? A hot dog? A sandwich? Or
I don't know. That was like 3-4 years ago.
No, the question is a hot dog a sandwich?
Right.
So
I thought much more of a taco.
I thought about this a lot.
Yes. Just as you're wont to do.
As a general question, and my theory is, if I was going to a party and they said, "Jay, we would like you to bring sandwiches to the party," and I showed up with hot dogs, I will have upgraded the request.
Sure.
But I would have failed the assignment.
Right.
Okay. So that's why I say a hot dog is not a sandwich, but a carby taco, I can go with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think kind of just a hot dog's a hot dog. Because, again, applying the same logic, if someone said, "Hey, Jay, bring tacos," and you showed up with hot dogs... You'd still get a look.
I will have failed the assignment and downgraded the assignment. Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I think a hot dog's a hot dog.
Yeah.
Or if someone's like, "Hey, bring an encased meat."
Yes, there you go. Then you've got the freedom of the bun or the mini or whatever want to do. The bun. Got an update to my Karen situation last week.
Okay.
Where I was given the wrong pizza, forced to bring the wrong pizza back. Get the correct pizza, and then I said, "Hey, can I get a little something for the effort?" And they said, "No."
Yeah, with disdain.
With disdain. So this is from Franny. Franny says, "I went to Dunkin' today. When I got to the window, one of the items I ordered through the app wasn't available. I chose a replacement, and they asked me to pull over to the side. When they came out with the item, they told me they gave me a free donut too. When I looked in the bag, there were 2 free donuts.
Nice.
This was totally not an inconvenience for me, and they still gave me something an apology. So don't worry about getting that Karen haircut over your next pizza debacle." Okay, see, that's the thing.
Yes.
I didn't want a free pizza. I wasn't asking for anything extravagant, but how about while I sit here, while you box up the pizza, how about a beer?
Yeah.
How about a pep? How about just like a $5 credit on my account?
And even just an acknowledgement.
Right.
that, hey,
as opposed to
bad.
No.
Right.
That is literally what the manager did. No.
That's wild.
Okay. Like I said, it's a shame there's no other pizza options in Homewood.
Yeah.
There's 50 pizza places within 10 feet of each other. That's an exaggeration. But there's a lot of pizza places
48.
in Homewood. Yeah. So that bugged me. Can you read this, or do I need to?
The top one? Well, yes,
Yeah.
because I don't have to do my my reads anymore for LASIK.
Do you need your readers?
No. Hey, I got that LASIK.
Must
so
be
it's
nice.
good. Yep. Hey, Rick, and this is from John. Hey, Rick and Jay, I wanted to mention that maybe the best thing to have at Papa Pacero's is their roasted chicken. I play cards with a group who grew up and live on the northwest side. Okay, so you're old. And I made the mistake of bringing the chicken once. Now it's expected that I bring the chicken with me every time we get together.
Wow. I really enjoyed Papa Pizzero's in Westmont. We were there for a party last week, and they just had like the pizza and wings and mostaccioli buffet out, and it was great. And I know our buddy Rush Schneider said he went there this week for the lunch brunch and said that was terrific. So I will try the broasted. I don't need an excuse to go back.
Right.
It's right by my in-laws, not Hope's in-laws. Those are my parents. Yeah, so I will try that. The broasted chicken there. That sounds delightful.
And I only said old because of having a group to play cards with. Because I get made fun of by anybody for being an old because I like card games and I know how to play many of them.
I love playing cards. Just like I said, I want my daughter's generation to bring shopping malls back. Mm-hmm. They need to resurrect shopping malls.
Okay.
We need to bring cards back.
So they
card night, game night.
So they need to be at the mall playing hearts.
No. Their job is the mall.
Oh, okay.
Our job is to bring card playing back to normal.
Okay.
Where every week, groups of friends get together and they play rummy or they play. I'm looking at you. I know. I'm indirectly talking to you, Sarah. We got to make this happen.
Yes.
It is our generation's duty.
Am I the only one? How many people here know how to play pinochle? Because I feel like I'm the only person left.
My family is so good at pinochle that they don't even teach anybody anymore because they just get annoyed. My Uncle Steve's like, I'll teach you blockheads pinochle if you'll learn. I'm like, not with you. We're going to come over there. You're going to tell us we suck and then swear at us, and then we're going to leave and not know pinochle.
Yeah, but I mean, you worked in radio. You're used to it.
It's true. I'm used to being told I suck.
Yeah.
Directly or indirectly.
Right.
Yes, that is Hope and I have talked about this. Learning pinochle this year is like our New Year's resolution because I'm not going to eat healthier.
Yeah.
It's bad for the brand.
Right.
I can't do that.
You're already wasting away.
So I hate you. Learning pinochle is the goal for 2023.
I literally have a game where I play pinochle.
See, now I have downloaded the apps. And then I sit and look at the app and I say, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is great. I don't know the rules, so I don't know how to play
Why
this.
are there two of every card?
Right.
Yeah.
So we play rummy all the time. And Grandma Cookie, who we all know and love, 100 years old, she credits her sharpness and her health to playing cards every day.
Yeah, just something simple like that. Like that was something that like I was forced to learn. Well, I wanted to learn because when we would go to my grandparents' house when I was little, it was usually my mom and both my grandparents would play. They wanted to have a fourth so they could play pairs.
Yeah.
So they taught me pinochle when I was little, and then when my grandpa passed, we would just play three-handed.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like the only one that's left that remembers. My grandma's gone, but she forgot before, and my mom forgot how to play. So it's like just me now.
So John, who runs the place here, has been playing pinochle since I think he was old enough to walk.
Okay.
And he's great. The whole family is good at it. It just missed me for whatever reason. So I need to learn. It is my New Year's resolution to learn pinochle. So I don't think that's too difficult.
No.
And I got you now I can pick your brain.
Exactly.
And figure it out from you.
My card game goal is to get better at spades. I'm good with hearts, but then spades is very close, but it's still like transposed a little bit in how you play. So I need to get better at spades.
Okay. That should be easy enough to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the voicemail segment of Ask a Fat. If you want to leave us a number, 708-858-3314.
Nailed it.
Oh, top of my head.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat. To obtain a special dialing wand, please mash the keypad with your palm now.
We've got 2 voicemails today, and again, if anyone has a question, feel free to write it down and give it to us, or come up to the microphone and we'll put you on that way too.
Hey, Fats, this is Kevin from Indiana. My work travel finally had me in the Schaumburg area, and I said, I have to go to Frato's to try this. I'm Fat Burger. Oh my God. I'm full. I'm sluggish. full of buttery goodness, a couple of RCs. One of the things that we fail to talk about this burger is the texture of the buttery crunch that you get with every bite, because they brown the Texas toast in butter. And so, anyway, I need to try to get my bearings so I can drive home. But y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we probably should mention the butter more.
Yeah, butter's good.
Yes, there's a lot of butter on the Frato's I'm Fat burger.
Is butter a carb?
Don't know. No, there's no bread in the butter.
You don't know the reference?
I don't know that reference.
Mean Girls.
Oh, I've only seen that like twice.
You would
It's one of those. I know. It's one of those movies where I was just in the. What year was that about?
04?
Yeah, I was like right out of college, starting to work. I didn't have money.
I was just going to college.
I worked at the Score. I didn't have money to go to the movies.
You didn't have money, period.
Exactly. I couldn't afford a night out.
Right. We got the reaction out of Tanny for that one. Like,
He knows.
Yep.
He knows.
Hey, Fat. Lance Levine, CFO of the TOJ, Terms of Junk. A couple things. The Fat Phone, I'm just curious, is that with two PHs, Fat Phone,
No.
or is that two Fs? Would like clarification on that for my contact list on here. Also went to Portillo's, a favorite of all of ours, last night in, I believe it was Chicago Heights. Not a suburban guy. And ordered my food. I think, Jay, you've referenced this before. 25 minutes for sit-down food in the restaurant. I think we can take fast food out of the equation. Fast, at least the word fast. It was magnificent, don't get me wrong, but there was nothing complicated about our order. It was a fish sandwich, a Polish, and a couple of fries. Ridiculous. No more excuses with supply chain. No more excuses with labor shortages or whatever, COVID. Screw that. Let's get the show on the road here. Get your systems in place, people. The food was magnificent. They apologized. They gave me cards for free meals later down the line. But I'm like, at this point, I don't even know when I'll have the time investment to go back. Anyway, happy holidays to all, and to all good eats. You guys are the best. Keep up the great work. Love you guys.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's too long.
Yeah.
That's too long. And
I've still not had that issue. Maybe I just have a better Portillo.
It's very possible. You have a worse Taco Bell, though.
Oh, I do have a worse Taco Bell.
Well, it might be great, but it's just never open.
Right. Yeah, no one can know.
So it's hard to tell. Yeah. All right. Do we have anyone brave enough to jump in from the audience?
I do have an Ask a Fat question that is mean-spirited because it puts me in a terrible spot.
Oh.
What is more annoying? Someone that doesn't eat dairy or someone that doesn't eat red meat?
I can only comment on one of these.
Yeah?
Do you want me to answer this to bail you out?
Oh, I'll answer it too.
Someone who doesn't eat dairy is worse.
Yes.
For them.
Right.
For me, my wife does not eat red meat.
Yeah.
So if we ever go to a wedding where red meat is served, guess who gets the extra red meat? This guy.
Oh,
so
there you go.
It's worked out advantageously for me.
Right.
So, but yeah, here's the question you have to ask yourself. If you were forced with the choice of giving up dairy or giving up red meat, I don't think there's any question I would give up red meat. You still get pork, you still get chicken, you still get sausage, you still get bacon, you still get most of the really great. You have to give up burgers, and you got to give up steak.
You're making this sound like I'm giving up burgers and steak.
But
those are food groups.
But how often do you have burgers? You have a lot. I get that.
Yes.
But how often do you really have a steak?
Not that often.
Monthly tops?
Yeah, monthly tops.
Okay, so that's an easier sacrifice for me.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, if you're going up dairy, ice cream, cheese, your pizza sucks now. You know, your tacos aren't going to be as good. Like, no cheese ruins everything.
Yeah,
I would not go on with life if I had to give up cheese.
I was almost like when you asked the question initially, I started looking at the window, and then I realized it's not high enough up to do any damage if I jump through it.
You can't lift your leg that high either. Let's be honest.
Also true. We do have one more question.
Okay.
That was texted to me, and it's: can you share those Skittles?
There are a lot left.
There are plenty in here.
Yeah.
So, and I've only had my grimy hands on this one that I am not going to.
You're like oddly needing that. I don't.
I know.
It's. Are you trying to turn it into jelly or?
I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm always fiddling with something, again, the anxiety thing.
Yes.
I think that's what you're doing with the Skittle.
Yeah. I have also been texted. We are getting the questions flooded in now.
All right.
Question from an entire table that would like to remain nameless.
Okay.
Why didn't Jay just change in the bathroom here?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like, did I think people would think less of me? That they already know everything about my life? That my cousin would suddenly, like, I don't respect you anymore.
See, I just assume people can't think less of me, so I'm just like, yeah, let's go for it.
Why that never crossed my
reaction on that.
Why that never crossed my mind is.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not like it's family owned or anything.
No, that's yeah, that would have been smarter. That would have been smarter.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been as good for content.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if there's one thing we're here for, it's hashtag content. Although we may not be a factory.
All right. John just shook me off.
Yeah?
He's like he's my catcher.
Yeah.
I pointed to him, fastball? No.
Nope.
He doesn't want to come on and talk.
No.
So what we're going to do instead is tell you how awesome Uncle Bud's is. You've got to come here. And yes, it is owned by my family, but if it sucked, we would just dance around it. Like, hey, check this place out. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
we not, we don't endorse things casually.
Right.
Because we need you to trust us. And if we're giving you bad info, you're not going to like it.
Right.
The food here is incredible.
I've been making sure to have every one of these mini chicken tacos just to make sure, hey, I'm all about sample size. I'm an analytics guy.
Yeah, Rick is giving me every now and again, he gives me the unspoken mute signal. He like points to the tacos, points to his mouth, and I know it's time to mute the microphone.
Yep.
So he can chew. Yeah, the food here is great. Again, the Whittingham burgers are absolutely fantastic. Come and try them. They're great. I have the boneless wings here, which are maybe the best I've ever had. And I don't say that lightly.
Wow.
They're not like freezer, frozen hunks of whatever that just get fried. These are pieces of chicken that are cut and breaded and fried. They're delicious. Let me see the menu. I don't want to forget anything. Fridays, they've got the Lake Perch, which is just killer. We went the first time we came here, that's what we had. And like I said, it's as good as any I've ever had. Up there with the stuff you get in Door County. It's fresh. It is beautifully breaded. It's got a little bit of dill seasoned on top. Just terrific.
So it's a big one?
It is a big dill. Okay. The chicken tortilla soup is fantastic. I got to bring some of that home for Hope. Tonight, she is yelling at me from a distance to not forget the soup, so I will do that. They've got the Country Club hot dog, which is a grilled butterflied hot dog topped with grilled onions and mustard on a toasted bun. The chicken sandwich with all the toppings. The Buddy cheesesteak sandwich, which is tender beef topped with melted American or provolone sauteed onions and peppers on a ciabatta bun. They've got crinkle cut. They've got tots. They got sweet potato fries. It's just excellent.
And
everything
one thing I appreciate is the fact that it's a less is more menu, because I would rather have like a dozen items done really, really well.
Exactly.
Than have 3 dozen items that are kind of hit or miss. Some are like 12 of them are really good, but then, you might get turned off to a place because it's you might get one of them that isn't given as much attention. So if basically you're idiot proofing me when I am trying to order food. Oh, believe me. Who are you telling? That's like my life goal, and I fail at it.
Yeah, it's so good. So here's the burgers, too. The throwback, it says for a lighter appetite, a single 4-ounce patty with American cheese on a brioche bun. The keeper is double the patty, double the cheese, double the fun. And the take a picture, 3 juicy 4-ounce patties topped with melted cheese. All burgers served with lettuce, tomato, onion, and a pickle. And, of course, you can add bacon, because what kind of place wouldn't let you add bacon? They've also got, as Rick's been talking about, the mini chicken tacos. They've got the elote, the Mexican street corn, the mini pretzel bites. I saw those. John over there ordered those. They're great. And, of course, mozzarella sticks. I'll be ordering those as soon as we wrap things up.
Should we do that?
I think we should, because I'm getting hungry just talking about it.
I know. I've got one mini chicken taco left that I have to finish here, because, you always have to clean your plate.
Yep.
We're told. Follow us on all of our social media at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod at gmail.com. Check out the Patreon if you like. I'mFatMerch.com to get the stuff that we have here, or Jay has the tub with stuff in it if you are in person. Even if you're not looking for our stuff, use that link, because then we get a kickback on it, and those are great. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe and like the videos. That helps us out. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Help us juke the numbers on the regular podcast feed. If you've not left us a rating and review, 5 stars, please do. Take care of that because we need some new ones. That'd be great. And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. From Uncle Bud's, he's Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.